Okay guys, so today you're going to learn about prisms. So you see two examples of prisms here. This one on the left is a right prism because it is standing straight up and down, okay, where we measure the height going straight down. The one on the right is an oblique prism. It's kind of slanted to the side. The height would need to be measured perpendicularly, so it would be dropped down outside the shape out here. We will hardly ever look at oblique prisms. Almost all of our problems are going to deal with right prisms that are standing straight up and down like this. So within the prism, it is important that you guys know this vocabulary, especially for your quiz on Friday. Okay? The bases are the two congruent polygons. Okay? They're always across the shape from each other. It could be the top or the bottom. Your shapes might not always be sitting on their bases, though. Okay? They could be lying on their sides. The sides have a special name. They're these ones I shaded in black here. They're called lateral faces. Okay? Where the lateral faces are meeting, those are called the lateral edges. Where our lateral faces meet our base are called the base edges. Now there are two main types of area you guys are going to be asked to find for almost all the shapes this chapter. The first type is lateral area. Okay, it's the sum of the areas of the lateral faces. And again, lateral faces is just another name for the sides. Okay, so one way to find lateral area is you simply find the area of each lateral face and add them together. Okay, we are going to learn a formula that'll make it easier than having to do that every time though. Okay, we also differently have total area, which also includes the bases. Okay, it's the lateral faces plus the bases. So we have a formula that says TA for total area equals LA, lateral area, plus 2 times capital B, where capital B throughout this whole chapter is going to stand for base area. So to figure out that base area, you are going to need to use your rules from last chapter for our two-dimensional shapes. Okay? But once we have the lateral area, which is just the areas of the side, to get the total, you just add on the bottom and the top. That's why it's 2B. Okay, let's get to our theorems. Theorem 2.1, the lateral area of a right prism equals the perimeter of a base times the height of the prism. So we can use this formula instead of finding each area and adding them together. So here's our formula, P for perimeter times H for height. Now I want you guys to kind of visually see why this works. Okay, if I find the perimeter and then I multiply times the height, do you guys see how that is just going to outline this shape like this? Okay, and give me just the area of the sides without including the top or the bottom. Okay? And then if you wanted the total area, you'd go back and use this formula. Add on twice the base area to whatever you got from lateral area. Okay? Theorem 12.2, the volume of a right prism equals the area of a base times the height of the prism. So B is base area, so depending on what your polygon is, here it's a triangle, so if I was trying to find that area, I would use our triangle formula. 1/2 the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. Okay, and then we multiply times the height of the prism itself. So again, visualize this. We have the area of the triangle. We multiply it times the height. Do you guys see how that's going to give me just absolutely everything that's inside of this prism, which is the volume. And now we're going to practice using those formulas to solve our one example. So here's your example. It asks us to find A, the lateral area, B, the total area, and C, the volume for the prism. So we know for lateral area, our formula we just learned from our theorem is perimeter times height. So it means perimeter of the base. So we want to go around one of our bases. So I have a 5, a 6, a 5, and then we need to realize if this is 12, that's going to be 12 right there too. So when I find that perimeter, add those up, that's 28 times the height of my prism is 10. So 280 would be my lateral area. Okay, now for part B, the total area. My formula tells me total area is lateral area plus 2B. So my first job, I need to find what this B is. Okay, my bases, I can see them, are trapezoids. So I have to use my trapezoid formula. Okay, 1/2 height of the trapezoid, which is 4, times the sum of the bases of the trapezoid, which are 12 and 6. Okay, when we work that out, we get that our base area is 36. Now I want to go and plug this in up there. So my lateral area was 280 plus 2 times my base area of 36. Okay, go ahead and multiply that and then add it there, and we get that our total area is 352. Okay, we've done part A, part B. Now it's time for part C, which is the volume. Our formula tells us volume is equal to capital B for base area times height. We just calculated the base area up in part B, so I can just use that answer. It's 36 times the height of my prism from one base to another. That's how we always measure height, is 10. Go ahead and multiply that, and we get that our volume is 360. Now this problem did not have units on it. If it did have units like centimeters, inches, meters, something like that, both types of area are going to get units squared on them, whereas our volume is going to get units cubed, and that's going to be consistent for every problem. Any type of area comes in square units, and any type of volume comes in cubic units.